Welcome back to Corner Booth Sports. This is episode 5, and we will be breaking down the Combine and some bits and pieces of news that have been coming out with the NFL. So first, we're going to move it over to Jake to start us off with the Combine.
Wait, before we start, I could just see James' wetness from the rain, bro.
Oh yeah, everybody.
It's raining out here in PA.
Everybody wearing gray's got a little black to them today because of the rain.
All right. On to Jake.
Alrighty, so obviously this past week we know was the NFL Combine. So with that, you obviously have 5 big winners, 5 big losers, except they're not really big. They're just losers and winners. And technically, depending on time, I could come back and do it because I technically have a lot of winners and a lot of losers. So let's get into it. For one of the big winners on the defensive tackle side of things, I have Caleb Banks, defensive tackle out of Florida. He ran a 5.04 at 320 pounds. That's one of the, I think it was top 10 fastest times for defensive tackles in the Combine. He also was setting records. And considering he only played 3 games this year at Florida, draft scouts, they don't have enough tape. They know about all of his potential. So seeing him come out here, perform in the Combine off of injury, I think he showed out amazingly. And he might have snuck his way back into the top 15.
What was Caleb Banks for your mock draft? I don't remember.
I think he was around pick 20, I think.
Pick 20.
He was in the 20s to 18 to 30 range. But he's one of those guys I think that could sneak back into the top 15. My next big winner, 2 of them actually, both tight ends. Kenyon Sadiq from Oregon. He set 2 records, the Combine record for the fastest time at a 4.39 40 time. And he also tied, I believe it was the broad jump. And Eli Stowers, on the other hand, tight end from Vanderbilt, he also broke, I think it was the vertical for tight ends. So 2 tight ends right there, 2 and 3 for big winners of the Combine. Kenyon Sadiq, could possibly go top 20. I had him falling to Denver at around pick 28, but he might have just jumped back up considering he's running that fast at that size, and there's definitely some tight end needy teams. And same with Eli Stowers. I think he now went from a second round to a very late first, if not early second round pick.
I cannot wait for the mock draft 2.0. It's going to be completely different.
It's Sam Columbia's edition.
No, it is not.
Hell no, it's not.
It is not.
Who is it?
It's Jake's edition.
Bro, I know more about football than Jake.
You're
Guys,
you're a golfer.
the day of this video, I'm
2 truths and a
guaranteeing
lie.
you that we
Those
are
are
going
lie.
to let go of Jonnu Smith.
Everything
Just
I
letting
say
you right now.
are 2 truths.
It's already happened.
already happened.
If you go look at our channel, it's a short.
Soon.
He's short.
Another winner I have, this would be our 4th biggest winner. You come down to the safety section. Dylan Thielman, safety from Oregon. He ran a 4.35. And, he's just a little white boy trying to make a name for himself in the draft. Lorenzo.
Sorry.
And obviously, number 1, Lorenzo Styles Jr. He ran a 4.27. Another free safety no one really knew about too much until this Combine. Also, I believe he's the younger brother of Sonny Styles.
Yep.
Could be the older, I don't know.
He's a younger brother.
But both of these safeties right here balled out, and I have these 2 as the biggest winners. Thielman was an early second-round pick. I think he could find his way into the first round. He's a heavy hitter. He plays all over the field. You can line him up in the box, off the box. Actually, he's the one that intercepted Drew Aller that pretty much ended James Franklin's career at Penn State. But, yeah, there's that. And Lorenzo Styles Jr., another Ohio State ball hawk, just adding his name to the potential first-round picks Ohio State's defense can have.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you think Lorenzo Styles now moves up to it? Because he wasn't even in the first round in that first mock draft. Do you think he moves up to the first round, or do you think he's going to stay at like a early second round?
I think he finds himself at the back end of the first round if he does. Teams like Buffalo that needs a safety. The Patriots could use another safety. Honestly, truthfully, Denver could probably find a way to fit him into that defensive scheme they have. Vikings could use him. So there's many teams that could use him, but later first round, early second round, because there's a lot of safeties on the board this year, like Bud Clark, Jalen Kilgore, and Kamari Ramsey. So plenty of safeties in this draft, and all of them truthfully balled out. Now with that, sadly, you got to go over to the big losers. They're not losers. They're athletic freaks. They're still athletic freaks, and if they called me out in the comment section right now, they'd whoop me one-on-one. at any drill they wanted. Even the defensive lineman could beat me in a 40 time.
Wow.
So with that,
We should do an IRL video and test our 40 times one day.
We should do a draft video, or like a combine video.
Oh, that would be fun.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so fire.
And like we could do like you'd be on the line, I'd be probably like what receiver or quarterback. You could be a receiver.
Bro,
and
I'm
you're
wide
a-
receiver.
Oh no, you're actually a receiver.
Future Jits
you could-
flag football team.
I'm
Better be ready for
a
those
something
game day
wide
vlogs.
receiver. I don't know.
Should
I'm
we-
a
should we
really
record
wide one.
those?
Game day vlogs
Not
with the
that
Jits
good.
coming soon. Those will be available in the Patreon down below, as we said.
We
Hey,
don't
Have a Patreon.
Yo,
we need a camera. We need everything, guys. Okay. So
Are you playing
get
the
it to
flag
us
football or
soon.
not? Then you could record. We need medical. I need medical glasses.
We do need Like I said, donate to the GoFundMe,
And we can mic up.
Patreon.
to the Patreon,
To the Patreon. Links in the
We
description.
don't have a Patreon.
And we could stay tuned. Mic'd up flag football coming end of March. Yeah.
How was feeling about Drew Aller, boys? Come
Did
on.
I not say Sonny Styles was the biggest winner of the draft?
No, you don't.
You did.
All right.
Wait,
No,
did
I
you
said
say
his brother.
You,
All right.
you skipped something. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely skipped Sonny because I was limiting myself to 5 because I didn't want to start going off topic. Obviously, number 1, Sonny Styles. Those two safeties were honorable mentions. Sonny Styles, number 1. Honestly, probably could go top 10, possibly top 5. Number 1 in my eyes. Number 3 linebacker on my board, but still, ball hawk.
Wait, what was his vertical again? He broke the vertical record, didn't he? For at least linebacker in the linebacker. group?
43.50.
Good grief.
43.50 inches. That's
Justin
disgusting.
Jefferson.
What?
You didn't
Justin
know that?
Jefferson.
You
Dude,
didn't
it's your first overall pick, Justin Jefferson, coming out of the draft.
Wait.
Oh, I wish we had a pick.
Did y'all not know that?
No, I did.
Okay.
I just wanted to be a.
Like, do you not know ball?
Drew Aller was the best quarterback at the combine.
Okay, we'll say the
Shut
quarterback.
Sadly, he impressed me, but I didn't want to put him on my top 5 big winner. But I kind of have to mention him because doing what he did off that ankle injury, he didn't really run any of the drills. He just kind of threw, and he showed that he had amazing deep ball accuracy. His wide receiver sold on his last 2 throws
Wait,
because
is this Aller?
yeah,
Oh,
they were beautiful right down the sideline, and the wide receiver dropped them. They both hit his hands. So those wide receivers failed Drew Aller.
They're dropping in
but
the 6th round.
his greatest attribute in my mind is convincing you that he's good at football until he actually plays football.
And then he's
So,
bad.
and then
How
he's
do
You never
feel-
bad.
know. He could have a breakout career in the NFL if he gets drafted. But he's one of the only
He will get drafted.
decent quarterbacks because besides what we say, Mendoza and even
Simpson.
thank you, Ty Simpson. It was like after that I couldn't name you. Okay, Sawyer Robertson. I like Sawyer Robertson. I just don't think he's an NFL.
Taylon
quarterback.
Green out of
Fagnano.
Arkansas. He'll be a great tight end one day.
ESPN just did a mock draft, and they had Drew Aller 2nd round going to. I think they had Drew Aller going to the Rams 2nd round.
Yeah, but they don't have that second
And
overall pick over
And
anymore.
we talked about, and I think it was the Super Bowl episode whenever we were talking about who could potentially back up Matt Stafford after he
replace him.
retires, or not back him up, replace him. Drew Aller, him and wow, excuse
Well,
me.
considering
can I
the
speak
Chiefs
English?
traded their second first round pick for Trent McDuffie, they dropped back, but now they have pick 13, and obviously they're not drafting Drew Aller at 13, and they're not even going to draft Ty Simpson at 13. So now Ty Simpson might fall even further down the draft.
Good. I don't want him
Breaking
to go to
news, by the
Pittsburgh.
way, about their backup, Rams. Stetson Bennett, 7 years in college, didn't get a degree.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, you didn't know
It
that?
came out. It just came out recently that the school came out saying that he did not get 1 degree in his 7 years at Georgia.
He was just taking classes, bro. He was literally
Well, at
just
what
take-
point intro to Jamaica dancing 101?
Bootynomics 301.
Brunonomics.
No, that's something that needs to be
Basic
addressed.
Thugonomics 101.
The
Word life.
NCAA needs to address eligibility. It's getting to be an issue. It's screwing up my drafts because they're all going back for like 7, 8 years.
Oh, wait.
We need to
Can
put the
get
foot
onto your
down.
losers, bro? We still got a lot to
Yes,
cover.
we still
do
have a
got
lot in the losers. So, personally, this is number 5 to me because I don't think it's that big of an issue. All the Instagram scout comment sections, they like to make fun of it. Number 5, Carnell Tate. They
what?
don't like his 40 time. They didn't really.
Damn.
He was kind of middle of the pack. But like I said, everybody knew with Carnell Tate, you weren't getting a speedster. You were getting a crisp route runner with an insane catch radius. I don't think he was a loser in my eyes. And like I said, he's a better wide receiver than I ever will be. I just have to put him on there because all the Instagram scout comments and the YouTube comments will be like, what about Carnell Tate? What about Carnell Tate? Shut up. He did fine. But I'm still going to put him on the list just to get clickbait a little bit.
All right, now if you were an NFL team, are you looking for? Obviously, this is a dumb question, but would you rather look for speed or someone who could route someone up and catch a deep ball with no problem?
That's kind of like.
But like you kind of need speed in order to do that.
Exactly, but I think the teams that are like
Unless
the,
it's like if it's a go ball, you need speed.
but I think the teams like the Ravens and like the Giants, they like to pick the flashy speedster, crisp route runner. And I personally know Carnell Tate has the route ability, obviously. He's got the catch radius. But they're going to make a flashy pick like Mekhi Lemon, and they're going to make a flashy pick like Jordan Tyson. And Carnell Tate will just start slipping and slipping until eventually he's a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Can we look at, because I'm pretty sure on this NFL Combine website you can look up older players' results. Can we see what Justin Jefferson's was? Because I don't think Justin Jefferson was that
Well,
fast.
he ran the same thing as, I know this off the top
So
of
wait,
my head.
what did Carnell Tate run in the 40?
It's right here.
Okay, see, like they're very similar. I mean, I know like a second is.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know when a 4.5 became slow for a receiver.
Exactly.
Like 4.5 is still pretty good.
Yeah,
4.53.
Yeah.
So he basically ran the same thing as Jackson Smith and Jigba. He was a 4.51 guy. Nakua was a 5.4, like 4. Devontae Adams was a 4.40, like 6 guy. So obviously some of the best route runners and the best wide receivers in the league ran 5.4s to 4.5s, and it's just disrespectful to do that to Carnell Tate.
Now, I do think he will fall a little bit in the draft, but not as much as people are going to think he's going to fall. Because there are teams that are desperate for a receiver, and if they're desperate, I think Carnell Tate probably has the best hands in this draft class. Because Jordan Tyson's good, and Mekhi Lemon is good, but I honestly think Carnell Tate is the best receiver in this draft class. Not being biased towards Ohio State.
Ohio State will always be
Okay.
a wide receiver school.
Yeah, obviously. But I genuinely think that Carnell Tate has the best talent. I mean, you could hate on me in the comments all you want to, but I think he has the best talent in the draft. Do I think he'll be the first receiver to go? Honestly, probably not.
He's the number 1 rated, though, from the entire combine.
I do want to talk about Mekhi Lemon, though, later, after we get through all these losers, because there's a lot of debating going on. Mekhi Lemon, is his draft stock dropping?
Yep. That's also was going to be on my list. Number 4, I have Jacob Rodriguez.
No, just his mustache is killing me.
Number 4, I have Jacob Rodriguez. Obviously, he was in the Heisman contention. Everybody knows he's a playmaker. He's got the hits. He got the sacks. He's a good fundamental, smart linebacker. But his stats weren't too impressive. 4.57, and he got passed up linebacker-wise by guys such as Kyle Lewis from Pitt, and also Anthony Hill Jr., who did phenomenal in this combine, who I didn't mention as a winner. But he's just getting overlooked slowly, further and further. I compared him to Jack Sawyer last year because everyone had him as a late first, early second. He didn't end up getting drafted until the 4th round by the Steelers. Mm-hmm. I have Jacob Rodriguez as that. He was a Heisman. He played great football. But he's just one of those guys that athletically were getting passed up, so he just kept falling and falling and falling. But I think he'll be gone by the 2nd round. But I don't have him as early in the 2nd round as I do. And honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if he fell into the 3rd round.
Just be safe.
But he's just one of those guys that are just getting passed up by people on the come up like Anthony Hill and Kyle Lewis. And Sonny Styles, obviously. So,
I like that, yeah.
anybody else have anything to add to that?
No, I think you nailed it right on the head.
Alrighty.
I think the combine's a joke. Next question.
All right.
No,
I do. Look at
That is
what do you
honestly,
got?
that is true, but at the same time, it's like if you just base it on their
Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud. Who you taking? Combine score in what? What was the test? Bryce Young was.
I'm taking Bryce, low key.
I'm taking Bryce as well.
Wow.
Another one I have in number 3,
Yeah.
Caden Proctor, offensive tackle / guard out of Alabama. Alabama had a down year. Their offensive line wasn't that good. They could never get the run game going.
How did they have a down year? They made it to the CFP.
Yeah, they made it to the CFP, but their offensive line had a down
I'll
year.
always remember
They had no run game.
They lost to
Ty
Florida
Simpson
State
was the
in the
leading
first
rusher of that team. Sorry.
I know. I watched every game.
I know.
Alabama with some cheeks, bro.
What?
Okay, that's so that she.
Alabama
But,
slander would not be tolerated. on
but,
this
ki-
channel.
but considering
Roll down.
But considering they had guys like Tyler Smith and
What?
Landon
You're
Dickerson,
blaming my
you're
ball
coming
on
from a
that.
school of great offensive linemen. Their best offensive lineman is Caden Proctor, and I don't even think he even compares to the other guys. He was in the middle of the pack for most of the drills. But the only thing I do like about him is his ability to play both guard and tackle, and you can stick him wherever he is. He's also 6'7", so obviously there's that going for him. But just a lackluster Alabama offensive line this year. And I think as their leader, he didn't really show out as much as I would have hoped he would.
Lackluster Bama.
Number 2 on my list is Ruben Bain. I don't think, personally, I think he'll still be a great playmaker, but the concern comes from his arm length. I wonder if they show that on
Wasn't
here.
Ruben Bain your second overall pick?
He was,
in the
but
mock draft?
now I think Arvell Reese passes him because, again, he had another amazing
All the Ohio State
comeback.
guys had a
But
great.
what came out to me, which was worrisome, is that arm length. And he got passed up by guys like David Bailey. David Bailey showed how he was a freak.
Good Lord, where is he?
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I don't even know if he was at the combine. I was working during the combine most of the days, so I was catching the back end of it in clips. Did he just not do a dash?
They
Did
might
he
have
not?
him in linebacker.
It could
Because
have.
there's no way he's this
No.
far down. I'm telling you.
What's his
I don't
last
think he
name?
participated,
Bain.
but
Yeah, I didn't watch
but
it.
I think he just showed up because you could just show up to get your measurables in, and
Yeah, because
when that arm length came out, man, he'll be the
No one.
third defensive end ever drafted with 30
That's how you
inch
spell it. That's
how you spell
arms.
it.
My wingspan's longer than
He was
Ruben
there.
Bain's.
he was
He's
at the
edge.
He was at the combine.
I think he was there as a measurable though.
Yeah.
Did he participate in any of the drills?
Not saying nothing.
Yeah, because he didn't participate in any of the drills.
He's a bum.
But obviously, from going to number
Knocked Ohio
2
State out of the play.
to having a combine measurables showing like that, it's just something you don't want to see. Now, I don't know if he'll participate in the Miami Pro Day. I hope he does, because I'd really like to see what he is. Because I think if he doesn't participate and he doesn't show what he has, he'll slip. He'll fall fast. You need to show what you have, especially when your measurables weren't ideal. So that's number 2.
He'll end up
And
with
number
the
1,
Cowboys.
sadly, another Ohio State guy, Caleb Downs. I have him as the biggest loser.
Oh, he's hurt. That's why.
Just
he didn't
because,
get
just
hurt.
be,
Get out of
exactly.
here.
Yeah,
just
loser.
just because he got flagged for that ACL degeneration in his knee and that meniscus tear, partial meniscus tear. We saw that in Will Johnson last year. They had him going top 10. I had him personally on my board going pick 8 to Carolina. He didn't end up going till pick 52 to the Arizona Cardinals, and it might have been 82. Can you look up when Will Johnson, the Michigan corner, got
it
drafted?
40?
Can we look up Jeremiah Love's? Did
49?
he participate in the combine?
Yeah, he did. He had a great show. He had a great showing.
Oh,
out.
okay.
41,
Oh, okay.
49.
Just making sure.
Jeremiah Love had a great showing out.
47th overall
yeah, something
pick.
like
Yeah, he went in the second round. He was supposed to be top 10. That just shows you when you get signs of knee degeneration in your knee, how much that tanks your draft.
Can you tell me how?
And Caleb Banks was flagged for that knee, and I hope he overcomes
Caleb
it.
Downs?
And I still, yeah,
You said Banks.
I
That's
said
the
Banks,
tackle.
didn't I? I did. Damn.
You want me to look at what?
Caleb
No, I don't want you to look
Downs.
up anything.
Why did I say Caleb
I
Banks?
want you to see
Because that's the
that,
D tackle you're
It
talking
was,
about.
yeah.
I want you to see that Lorenzo Styles had a better 40-yard dash than Jeremiah Love, and Jeremiah Love, all he does is run the football.
Go Notre Dame.
But that
Fighting
just shows you what
Irish.
running backs do, though. Running backs aren't supposed to be the fastest guy on the field. They're supposed to have great vision,
Yeah,
make
look
cuts.
at Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon
fundamentals.
Bell, one of the
Patience.
greatest running backs of all time. He waited and then ran.
Hey, shout out Jam Miller from Alabama,
sounds
though.
like-
Shout out Jam. But yes,
That's the real jam.
those are my 5
Big Alabama guy.
biggest winners,
Peanut
biggest
butter and
losers.
jam.
But that's just a recap of the combine.
Peanut butter.
I skimpered through the
Flavor.
combine. I was a little lackluster in it this year because they
Yeah.
scheduled me
Well,
noon to
there was
closes while it was on. But
I was also doing a lot
That's a
of stuff.
review.
I had a lot of homework
Yeah, I
during the
was like
combine.
Yeah,
So I
it's-
was the only one
and
that
that's why
watched
we've-
it, and no one's believing any of my takes.
and that's why we
I'm sick of you guys.
That's why
I'm
we're late
dropping
on
CBS
videos.
Okay.
Sports.
All right, so now what we could
Ooh,
do
can't say that.
is briefly look at like
Copyright.
the top players being talked about, like their like Ty Simpson, for example. Like how did Ty Simpson do in the combine?
did pretty good.
Did he?
They're pretty good. I think Aller impressed a little more, but
Okay, call it.
because Aller was coming off that.
Well, to be
ankle.
fair, remember Shuck had a horrible.
But I don't think
combine.
Simpson did any of the drills. He just threw, like he just was throwing, and they don't
Like
obviously.
these quarterbacks,
They
that
don't have
are, that
measurables.
are listed are horrible. My
no,
gosh.
no.
And Mendoza,
Sawyer
besides
Robinson's pretty good.
He's
Hank King's all right. He'll be a good backup.
Joe
Ta-
Fagnano is decent too.
Yep, and
I'm not-
Taylor
I was
Green.
not a fan of him.
Taylor Green will be a.
You didn't even watch UConn football to be saying.
Yes, I did. I did. I know who he is, bro.
I'm aura forming.
And
right now,
Taylor
guys.
Green will be a
Okay,
great
Randy
tight
Orton.
end in 2 years.
And Mendoza didn't participate in.
I don't understand why this matters at all to a freaking quarterback.
'Cause he,
Why do I need to care about his vert? Tell me. Tell me
know.
right now, Nicholas.
So like Josh Allen was hurdling well. Oh, you're gonna have to bleep that.
Language.
So yeah,
Guess
Josh Allen's
what?
out there
Guess
hurdling.
what? He can
grown
hurdle
men.
all, they can hurdle all they want to. He didn't do squat. He didn't do nothing.
He can squat though.
He can't squat. Saquon, if you want to, you can squat with me. Andy.
What? Yo, see, this is what we're talking. All right, anyway.
You would never be able to squat.
We
anything
get
with
freaky
Saquon
if we don't film at
Barkley.
11.
He
You
can
can tell.
squat.
Yeah. Anyway,
Oh,
let's get on to the other news here. That was a brief little recap of the combine. As you can tell, really none of us watched it.
And
it
we're
was
behind
kind
in shorts.
yeah, and it's kind of boring because not a lot of dudes participated that should have.
We
like
will be
said.
covering IU Media Day / Combine.
I
Day
will.
for
We
them
will
as
be.
well.
Yeah, I will
That's
be
gonna
watching
big.
pro days.
Well, yeah.
Because they put whole pro days on YouTube, so I can actually watch those during class. But
Wait, can we? When's mock?
Not during class. Not during class.
only during class.
Not during class.
When's mock draft 2.0 coming out? Like post combine.
After spring break.
Okay.
In between spring and Easter, we'll get it out around Easter time.
Okay, cool.
Because Easter's early this year. It's
Yeah, this
beginning of
episode
April.
won't be coming out until probably during spring break because.
Yo, speaking of
Oh,
Easter in
okay.
April, we're at the draft this year, guys.
We are at the draft. They
Yeah.
just
We
opened
are
up
at
the.
the
They just
draft.
opened up what you
Registration?
call it? Registration.
I already-
Yeah,
I already
I already signed up.
We're-
Exactly.
Okay, so we're gonna obviously cover the draft that's in Pittsburgh, and you said you're going, and you're.
We're going to be covering the
I'm
draft
going. And then-
live.
Are you going to the draft?
Yes.
All right, so
I thought you
wait,
said
you're
you
going
weren't
to the
last
draft?
I'm going to the draft.
Alright.
It's my birthday present. It's
my
free.
mom's making me
My
go.
mom-
You three are gonna get. You don't have to film everything, but like get kind of your perspectives, and I'll give my perspective
From the TV.
from at home and like reacting to Pittsburgh.
I will be doing the first overall pick in my
We.
red jersey.
And then
Oh,
after
no.
and after
We.
the draft, after the draft
Wait,
is over.
you got a Mendoza jersey?
I'm waiting for it. Ivan, if IU, if you're
140?
listening, you're listening. I have the money set aside. As soon as this comes back in stock, I will be buying his jersey. So if you want to send it my way, we'll represent you.
Oh God! I buy off-brand jerseys that look real, but they cheap and they hard.
No, halfway through the
Wait,
season,
what's
it's
that
sold
called?
out.
I said
Oh,
before
DHgate.
the
Oh
season.
yeah.
Not sponsored, but anyway, the
If you want to
draft,
sponsor us, to send Jake some reps.
I would love to get sponsorships. I want free stuff and cool stuff to display around. Like,
It's
put
so
something on the
much.
wall.
NFL draft review. We're gonna give our thoughts, reactions, and then comparisons to Drake to Jake's
call me,
probably,
I'm a-
probably his 3.0 is most accurate one. We're gonna compare it to, and then we're gonna do a completely separate video of the day in the life sort of those three's draft experience, and then mine at home.
And we can do another how close was Jake Stauffer's mock drafts to the actual
yeah,
draft.
and we are gonna be doing.
But I don't do
every
trades.
single pick is going to be in that video, at least in the first round. at
Because
least in the first
predicting trades gets annoying, and then I got to figure out what's this, what's that. So I try to do my mock drafts, no trades, but obviously trades are going to happen.
I can't wait to see your reaction to a Pittsburgh pick. That'll be so.
Oh my gosh.
I know who I want us to take.
We should
Okay,
do-
we're-
who do
not-
you-
no,
okay,
we
well,
won't
okay,
speak
okay.
on that.
We should do Pittsburgh mock drafts. Like, we all come in with our own Pittsburgh mock
I
draft.
said this already.
Oh, damn you.
No one listens to me here, folks.
Well,
I'm
because-
just-
we don't. We
Because
just
it's
overrule
Jeremiah
you.
love this, Jeremiah love that.
not for the Steelers. That was a one-time thing. I think we need to pick up either
This guy glazes Jeremiah.
a new cornerback and or wide receiver.
And that's why we were getting Avriel Terrell, cornerback from Clemson.
We
know, I'm
need
just-
to
Jake
move
Terrell's younger
Ramsey
brother.
back
We
to
just-
safety.
We have a lot of cool and fun content coming out, so stay tuned. Anyway, that's
And we're
not-
behind because schoolwork got
Yeah, and that's
got
not-
caught up on me. And
Okay.
Or
Stay
Minka
in school,
Fitzpatrick
kids.
gets released and comes back to the Steelers. Homecoming?
All right, what
Oh,
other news do we have
crap.
to cover?
All right, let's
My
talk about
phone's on
this
the
real quick.
Alright.
I found it funny. Myles Garrett is on his 9th speeding ticket since 2017. I figured that's a little fun news that won't be as short. So, Myles Garrett obviously is the reigning NFL Defensive Player of the Year. He was just cited for speeding after he was caught going 94 miles per hour in a 70 mile per hour zone.
24. Oh.
This is his 9th speeding ticket since entering the league, and he's doing it at 1:30 a.m.
What could he? Oh, Worcester,
Worcester,
Ohio.
Ohio. Why is he in Worcester?
I was just there in December.
He's given a court date of next Tuesday. I don't know if
Man's
that was.
going up.
Imagine you're a
This
cop
next
and
one
you
or-
pull over Miles Garrett. I wonder what car he drives.
But he was already issued a
Mellow
citation
ball
previously
crash.
because he crashed his car in the year when they had Deshaun Watson. He had a shoulder sprain and a right bicep strain, and he flipped the side of his vehicle, and it was turned out that he was going 65 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour speed limit. I get we speed, but come on, man, we can't be doing
we
this.
got to be better.
We got to be doing this. I also read one time he was clocked going like 60 miles per hour in a 25 mile residential zone. So,
Oh yeah, I do remember.
come on, Myles Garrett, what are we doing?
I think that was- that was
what if
his
there's
most-
kids playing in the street?
That was his most recent one, and I think.
Yeah, there it is.
before-
In a Cleveland suburb, he was clocked going 100 miles per hour in a 60 mile per hour zone.
Why?
Why do
This?
you?
No, go.
Why do you ever need to go 100 miles an hour? Like you're. I'm done. Just go ahead.
Like, I could do it on the highway dead of night. There's really nobody around.
It's just unpractical and it's not safe, bro. Like there's other. That's not just your life at risk. It's other people's lives at risk too.
And that's just thinking about yourself, man. You get the money. You got the defensive player of the year,
Henry
and
Ruggs.
and you're gonna get nominated for Walter Payton Man of the Year. That's why you're never gonna win it. You're going 100 miles per hour in a 60 mile per hour zone, man. Watch for the children.
And you
I'm not
can't-
gonna lie. This reminds me of. Sorry.
No, you go first. You go first.
This reminds me of the Georgia players. Georgia every year
Oh,
had
yeah.
someone going to jail for reckless driving and speeding. Why can't I think of his name? Kirby Smart. Control your players, bro.
Curb Street.
This
I mean,
this is outrageous.
It's a problem. Do we not have driver's ed anymore? Can we have a driver's ed speaker go into these college team meetings and teach them how to drive and tell them that you're throwing away millions of dollars because you decided to go do drag racing in the middle of the Georgia Athens streets or go get drunk and get behind the wheel? You guys have money. You got NIL money now. You have coaches that care for you. Just make one call to have somebody pick you up. It's not that damn hard.
Let's start taking these people's license, bro.
Exactly.
I agree. At least suspended for a while. All right. Should we? Next thing we could do, since we already talked about this in a short, do we want to predict where Kyler Murray could potentially end up? In the
Oh, I
offseason?
want to talk about this first.
All
I'm
right.
talking
Let him
about this
go.
first. If you haven't seen the big news, MLB fans coming out of me.
Whoa.
Oh,
you have
yeah.
MLB fans coming out of you?
If you haven't seen, the now Las Vegas A's are still saying that they do have the rights from the first overall pick whenever Kyler Murray did get drafted to the
Drafted,
MLB.
yeah, he did.
This is breaking news today, and they said that they would be willing to bring Kyler Murray back to test out and see if he'd want to play in the MLB. So we
Wow.
can all give our major prediction, yes, but there is a slim chance that we do see Kyler Murray make an appearance on the Las
Yeah,
Vegas
because he's still
A's.
getting paid $20 million by the Cardinals to go sit in the minor league. I would do that because they eventually called me up. I just need a little more time to get back into the rhythm of baseball.
100%.
Because in his contract, he wasn't allowed to do
He
baseball. I don't
actually, he
think.
actually got drafted to the MLB, right?
Yeah, number
And
9.
the first round pick.
Yeah, number
That's
9.
why it's so big. And that's why they're making the statement. Like, they said they are willing to have a reunion to bring him back and try baseball again.
But I'm not gonna lie, like that's terrible. Like a guy who hasn't played baseball in what, like how long has he been in the league?
Since 2019. 2018 is when he got drafted 9th. Oh, wait, yeah. 2018 he got drafted to the A's.
In 9th overall.
And then went back to college for one more year and then played baseball again, but then also got selected on 9th overall by the Cardinals.
That just shows you
in
how-
So it's been what, 7 years?
Yeah.
since the
Yeah,
guy's played
that just
baseball?
shows you how good of an athlete this dude really is.
But like I said, the Cardinals said he wasn't allowed to play baseball in his contract because they didn't want him hurting his arm,
Yeah,
pitching
so
and all
it's
that.
Okay,
stuff.
I just want to see like,
It's been-
because if he doesn't go play baseball, like where would he end up? Like what teams would want?
Can I just go
Kyler Murray?
first?
Minnesota?
I was gonna say number 1 pick for me is Minnesota.
Minnesota.
I think that they have the pieces for a puzzle. They just need a quarterback that changes their usual plan. Because we've all make jokes here that Kirko is gonna go back and end with them.
I don't
But
think Kirko's gonna go.
they have already transitioned into having 2 young quarterbacks be their starter/backup that was J.J. McCarthy's technical rookie year, and then having a rookie
Max
backup.
Bozeman.
But I think bringing Kyler Murray on, even to test the waters and try to go head-to-head with J.J. McCarthy, they just have the pieces that I think Kyler Murray will succeed. We saw with Marvin Harrison Jr., how he was doing with the wide receiver one like that. Putting him, Justin Jefferson,
Yeah,
JJ,
JS.
and then
Free Jettas, man.
Addison if he's not arrested.
Jordan Addison, yeah.
If he's not arrested or anything. So I feel Murray's a really good piece for them. That's exactly what I went off with.
Now this paves the way for Tua though too. If the Cardinals release Murray,
Yeah, there's-
they're going to release Tua. So what if they just did a quarterback swap and he
Dude,
goes to Miami?
I don't know what it is, but when I think of Kyler Murray and Tua, I just think of the same person for some reason, bro. They're both short, and they both love to run instead of throw, and they both suck at throwing. Not really, but more recently.
Tua pre-injury, man, was something special.
Yeah, they both like to use. That's why, like,
Before he had 4 concussions in one.
yeah, Tua just didn't know
Yeah,
how to
Tua-
slide.
and he,
And we lost.
And now we're back. And but the thing is though, Tua got that metal rod from like his hip to like his knee or something. He had that hip surgery.
Got
and,
CTE.
And it changed the way he threw the ball and his release and his accuracy. I think that was the beginning of the end for his arm. And then the constant brain getting bashed led to him being to what he is today, which is awful at football.
All right.
But yeah, what if they did a little quarterback swap, or even the Rams bring him in for a year or two and just back up Stafford and then let him go as a free agent and go sign somewhere else, and he'll kind of revitalize his career.
Yeah, sort of on the topic of like the Vikings, we said Aaron Jones got released
Yeah.
or
Aaron
got
Jones.
cut or waived. Well, I wonder where he's going to
Jonathan
end up.
Allen.
Yeah, that's right there.
I wonder where Aaron Jones is going to end up because I think he was still a decent please
Running-
just ignore me. He was a decent running back with Minnesota.
Hear me out on this one.
Huh?
I've heard two places so far.
I think the Raiders could do it.
Raiders.
I didn't hear
Ooh.
Raiders.
Raiders
Because why
could
not
build a good
one,
squad.
one,
bro.
two, 1-2 with Ashton Genty because they're getting Clint Kubiak, who had a 1-2 with Walker and Charbonnet.
Charbonnet.
So why not just grab an older
Genty
veteran
and
to
Jones.
teach up Genty, and then you have Genty and Jones. Because Jones, and even in Green Bay, was a 1-2 punch with A.J. Dillon.
Yeah.
And he's on the back end of his career, so why not 1-2 punch him with Genty?
Bro, Las Vegas could get nasty, bro.
I've heard, sadly, that Browns and Steelers could peak interest
Nope.
in him too.
What?
Nope. Kenneth Gainwell's coming back.
We got
We
Kenny
haven't
G
confirmed
and we
anything.
have Jalen Warren, bro.
He's still
Bro,
open.
If the Steelers don't re-sign Kenny G, they
I will
are
riot.
stupid. They are actually so stupid.
I
Bro.
will
Because
riot.
if we get rid of Kenny G and don't draft the running back in the draft, and we have Warren and Caleb Johnson as our backup, bro.
We need to give Johnson a chance.
We gave him a chance.
That was one play that no one knew. That was the first time in history that a play like that happened in the NFL with the new kickoff
Bro,
rule.
you're in
Roll
the
the clip.
roll,
yeah,
the
roll
clip.
the clip.
You put it right here.
But like you're in the pros for a reason. Like you should automatically know that coming into the league. But we could have won that. We should have won that game against the Seahawks. We would have beat both teams that went to the Super Bowl. We beat the Patriots already once earlier in the year, and we should have won. I mean, that game got out of hand really fast, the Seahawks game. But it all went downhill after he did that weak freaking play, bro. And I'll never forgive him for that. I will, but. I just think that we need to bring back Kenny G, sign him maybe for like another 1 year or an extension because we have the cap space, bro. We just got rid of Jonnu Smith,
Yes,
and we're
did.
probably not gonna re-sign a few other dudes too this season. If we don't re-sign Aaron Rodgers this year, that frees up some money too. Even though I don't think Rodgers was on that big of a contract. to begin
$13
with.
million.
That's
Because what Johnny was at $7 million.
Yeah.
But we went from 44 to 51, and that doesn't sound like a lot. But if you look at it on paper and
It's
stuff, that's
yeah.
a decent.
And we still have time to restructure.
And Kenny G
contracts.
probably will ask for a decent amount because of the year he did have. But like, even if we don't get Kenny G back and we do end up signing Aaron Jones probably won't take that big of a pay anyway because he's old.
But I heard that we're ready to give him a little bit of a blanker check than most running backs.
Who, Kenny G?
Kenny Gainwell.
I hope so, bro.
'Cause
When the news comes out that we re-signed him to an extension or re-signed him for like 3 to 4 years, bro,
There we go.
I'm solid.
I just wanted to briefly talk about this situation we got. Tyler Linderbaum, who is considered to be one of the top free agents available, center for the Baltimore Ravens, wants to be paid, like he wants to be the highest paid center.
Hell no.
And the reason they didn't want to, I think he's the best player on their offensive line, but the reason they didn't want to franchise tag him is because centers are technically under guards on the franchise tag.
Yep.
So the franchise tag matches the top contract for 1 year that the highest paid guard's getting paid. So it was like $29 million when the highest paid center is only getting paid like $23 million. So the Ravens didn't do that because they're trying to save the money by getting the long-term structure down. But Linderbaum knows that he has been holding all the power because he knows he could get the deal from someone. And I think more recently, it's liking, even though they're saying they've been negotiating with Linderbaum, I think it's more likely he's going to leave, considering they're also trying to renegotiate with Lamar right now. But I just wanted to talk about the Linderbaum thing briefly because I don't know if it will happen over break, if we could get a short on it, but I think it's just an unusual sort of deal happening that I wanted to mention it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a little update on your Tyler Linderbaum and the Ravens.
Free agent question for you boys. I was looking at this, but before this, I want to bring this up. What do you guys feel about Malik Willis and his future in the NFL?
He's a Miami Dolphin, sadly.
Yeah, obviously he had a decent stint when Love went down, and obviously he could still back up Love. But Love is super young still, and I don't think Malik Willis will get a chance like he did last year. So I think he should sign somewhere, like we said, maybe even like a Rams. He sits behind Matthew Stafford for a year, and then if Stafford leaves next year, he could fill in for Stafford. That's if they don't end up drafting a quarterback in the draft. And like we said, the Dolphins, the Vikings, all these other teams the Cardinals that need these quarterbacks. I think Malik Willis is a good, solid quarterback. He was in the draft class with Kenny Pickett, right? Because Pittsburgh was either going to take Kenny Pickett or
Malik Willis. And I liked him coming out of Liberty. I
low-key did
actually met him.
Malik Willis. But yeah, that's my thoughts. I
will
think
be
Malik
going
Willis
to
could
Liberty.
start for not any NFL team, but an NFL team that needs a quarterback.
I met him on my visit to Liberty, but not because I was visiting for the football team. He was just
I'm
walking
going to
by.
Liberty this summer, actually.
What?
Going to Liberty this summer.
For what?
Hosting I'm helping with a football camp there for a week.
Oh, nice.
One last thing we could talk about, since we're Steeler fans, is there's a decent amount of wide receivers on the market right now in free agency. We have Stephon Diggs just got released, which which we'll make a short of. Pierce from the Colts. We have AJ Brown, who's still getting thrown around, and then there's another one that just recently happened.
AJ Brown will be give it a week and AJ Brown will be.
I just saw his name on the thing.
Let me go pull it back up. Hold on. Let me go back to free agents list.
It was Pierce, Brown,
Oh, Brandon Ayuk will be
and
available.
Brandon Ayuk.
But he will be a free agent.
No Brandon Ayuk near me.
But we already had that talk with Brandon Ayuk, and then even Devontae Adams, and we still didn't.
Oh, we could be trading for Brian Thomas Jr., by the way.
That is true.
That's always an option,
But
and that would be awesome. I would love that.
Would you rather draft a wide receiver in the first round of this year's draft, or would you go out and get one of those receivers or trade for
This
a
wide receiver is so deep, and I
Go
would
get BTJ.
if we can give up next year's second and this year's third round for BTJ, because I don't want to give up this year's second.
BTJ is good,
class.
and the Jaguars went out and got their receiver and Jacoby Myers. So
Jacoby Myers, and they still have Travis Hunter technically.
That is
and
they said they're moving him to wide receiver, aren't they?
And who came up at the end of the year was very good. Parker Washington, is that his name?
Yeah.
Oh, him or
He was insane as well.
the tight end.
Brenton Strange.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So yeah, the Jags just have weapons.
They just got a good young core as well.
Oh,
Exactly.
Deebo Samuel's a free agent.
I don't.
I wouldn't mind going to get Brian Thomas.
So
Jr.
you would rather have Pittsburgh go out and get a receiver instead of
I
drafting
mean,
a
it
receiver?
depends on what your options are at the 21st pick, though.
Romeo
But
Dobbs.
this draft class is so deep. You
I'm
could get a
saying-
great one in the second, like Omar Cooper Jr. from Indiana, amazing wide receiver. I think he'll be there in the second round, hopefully, because I want him.
If Carnell Tate's available, I
Take him.
don't think any of the top three receivers, Tyson, Carnell Tate,
and
or Lemon will already be gone. But if one of those three aren't gone, pick them. But if they are gone, I think
Shout out Jacoby Lane.
I think you should go out and get a receiver in free agency or trade for one, because there are a decent, like Pierce is so good, bro. He's underrated in my opinion. He had a decent year last year. He just had Phil Rivers thrown to him, but Phil Rivers made the best.
With the option, though,
With
all
a hurt
seriousness,
Daniel Jones.
I've talked about this before because my number one receiver to watch out for, sadly, is Ohio State. If we give Will Howard the start this year and we don't do good, we finally go underneath, blah blah blah, we drop. What do you guys feel about
Romeo
seriously
Dobbs as well.
trying to go for Jeremiah Smith, Ohio State?
What I think is going to
We'd
happen
have to get the first pick for that.
if
I don't think he's gonna be first overall pick potential.
Jeremiah Smith. Are you sure?
First overall, number one.
Next year, there is a crazy draft class.
It's
or,
gonna be
quarterback
Because
class
you think
coming out.
of
too.
He's going to be the first receiver.
And you have a ton of teams, but I'm saying like we drop down and we trade our first round for another one, move higher up and something like that. We go for Jeremiah Smith.
Here's what I think is could happen if we don't re-sign Rodgers, which I will be surprised if we don't. To be honest with you, I think Rodgers will come back, and we go with Will Howard, and we struggle with Will Howard. My thing is that if Will Howard struggles, we're gonna go out and get a quarterback in the draft because that's such a stat draft or quarterback
Manning
class.
first overall.
But if we do make trades, potentially could get another top pick in the draft. We could get Jeremiah Smith, but I just think it's nearly impossible to get first overall pick. I mean, I guess you don't really need a first overall pick to get a good quarterback because, like we said, there's kid from Oregon, Dante Moore.
Arch Manning,
Jordan
Trinidad
Sane.
Chambliss.
I don't think Sane's gonna be that good.
Trinidad.
Yeah.
Who's the guy from
DJ
Ole Miss?
Lagway.
That's Trinidad.
Yeah, that's
Trinidad.
Trinidad.
DJ Lagway, Lenore Sellers,
Well, yeah.
Mavia
And like
from
Yeah.
USC.
Like I said, like you don't need that first overall pick to get a decent
Nico
quarterback in that
Lavaleva.
draft. But I think it's going to be hard to get 2 first-round picks if the Steelers do end up becoming buns. But I think what I think Pittsburgh should do, don't hate me on this, is that we should get Rodgers back for another year. Have Will Howard sit behind Rodgers. I know it's going to be hard going through that process with Aaron Rodgers, but he has Mike McCarthy back. He has a new offensive coordinator. He has a new offense to go through. So I think we bring back Rodgers, go through that year again, have Will Howard sit behind Rodgers, learn from him for 2 straight years. That's 2 straight years Will Howard is sitting behind a Hall of Fame quarterback in Aaron Rodgers and potentially one of the best quarterbacks of all time. And Will Howard fills that role the year after Rodgers retires and takes over, and he'll have experience sitting behind Aaron Rodgers.
But do we base our draft then off of a future Will Howard or off of an Aaron Rodgers who has like necessities?
See, that's another
Future
issue.
Will Howard,
I
and
think
then
future Will
if he
Howard.
sucks, we get finally get a top 10 pick, and we can get out of purgatory.
That's the thing, because if we don't start Will Howard next year, it's going to be hard to move on from Will Howard in this next draft class. Because if we have Rodgers this year and bank on Will Howard the next year, obviously we're not going to draft a quarterback in the 2027 draft. So it's really hard to tell. Obviously, time will tell what happens because we don't know the situation with Rodgers. I think it's more leaning towards we are going to re-sign him back. But I don't know. It's gonna be it's tough. But I do think Pittsburgh needs a receiver to help. Because when DK was getting shut down, bro,
It was
and
bad.
We
It
didn't
was
have
really
Calvin
bad.
Austin because he was hurt throughout the year. Roman Wilson didn't exist. We had Adam Thielen midway through the season who didn't really
Marquez
do much.
Valdez-Scantling,
and
who was
MVS
horrible.
who couldn't catch a damn ball.
Couldn't catch a damn
Our
ball.
receiving course.
Playoff
That was,
shows.
that was horrible.
So-
Marquez Valdez.
We'll never forget Rodgers throwing it 3 straight times to MVS in that
Jefferson.
game. We should have won. Anyway, I think Van Jefferson's better.
This is my my monthly
Jackson.
reminder how stupid Brandon Beane, the Bills general manager, is. He said, "Screw it, let's give up our 2nd-round pick for an aging DJ Moore." I think DJ Moore immensely helps Buffalo immediately, but in a draft
Oh
class.
my gosh, me and DJ Moore share the same birthday.
Oh.
Except he turns 29, I turn 22.
But the thing is, in my opinion,
If down
in
there,
a
April 14.
wide receiver draft
that.
class so deep,
What's your password?
you didn't have to give up your 2nd-round
Exactly.
pick. And considering they wanted you to trade Jalen Waddle at the deadline for a 1st-round pick, and you have pick 28, I think that was stupid. Just a reminder, Brandon Beane's a dumbass. Jalen Waddle should be a Bill right now.
Bills are going to keep. Okay, this is very interesting now because now that the Bills have DJ Moore, that basically seals that Coleman's going to be gone, is what I would assume.
No, it
'Cause-
doesn't. Who's their wide receiver 1?
Not Coleman, because they're having problems with Coleman, aren't they?
Oh
Not?
yeah, but
and
who
they
was
said
their
they're-
wide receiver 1?
Khalil Shakir.
Khalil Shakir, yeah,
and
he's
he's good and young.
And then they had
Sanders-
Brandon Cooks at the end of the year, and he's 35.
But to be fair though, besides, but there was just so many struggles with them and Keon Coleman. They said they could potentially move on from him, and they got
I don't
DJ
think they
Moore.
will.
But Coleman is still young, and DJ Moore is
And they still have him
turning
over way
29.
back.
He's going into his what, 3rd season? 4th?
Yeah,
You
something
give
like that.
you have what? You
Just
have
because
Coleman,
he's- yeah.
Shakir, and
My
now
fault, my
Moore.
fault.
You have
Kincaid.
3 on the line, and then Josh.
Kincaid, James
and
Cook.
Cook in the
and then
back,
They
yeah.
have another good.
James
good
Cook
tight
in the
end.
back.
Ray Johnson.
No, there's some. I think
Yeah, it's Ray
James-
Johnson.
and
Dalton Knox. Dalton Knox.
Dalton Knox is a tight end.
Yeah, that's
You-
what he said.
Oh,
what I
I
meant.
thought he said a running back.
No,
Yeah,
no,
you
no.
have-
I'm an idiot. My brain's
You
fried.
having that many options, and even if you
If I
have a
said
bad
Dalton Knox was
relationship
a
with
running back,
Coleman,
I think I should just leave.
you have so many options on the
Shut the
field
door
now.
behind you.
It's
But he
like-
might get cut.
they should be a
He's getting
scarier
paid a lot
team
of
than
money.
they are.
$18 million.
They don't really need him anymore.
No.
Who?
Dalton Knox.
Dalton Knox. Dawson Knox.
Not
Dawson Knox.
Who's
Dalton
Dalton
Kincaid.
Knox?
Dalton Kincaid.
Dalton Kincaid.
Dalton Kincaid, and he's still pretty young too, right?
Yeah, he's still on a rookie deal.
That's what I thought. Okay.
But
Ooh, now that we got all that confusion mixed out of the way,
imagine you had Jordan Tyson round 2, but you chose DJ Moore, who's 29, over Jordan Tyson. I'd personally take Jordan Tyson.
I just want to see if
Cooper.
Lamar comes back too, because
Lamar
I'm
Jackson?
sure he will come back, obviously, but.
You heard what I said. He's going to be a Miami Dolphin.
But
by the
Lamar
end of next
needs
year.
to go to a different team to succeed because the Ravens. Oh, I guess we could find out. But no one likes this new coach of the guys. Their offensive coordinator.
The Dolphins are going to have a huge rebuild behind Lamar Jackson. You're hearing it first, and I'm being so serious about that. The entire state of Miami wants him, and the coaching staff has said many things about how good he is and how much they want him in the organization. That has been episode 5, guys, of Corner Booth Sports. We thank you so much for listening to our combine rankings and this small little news. Now, this will be after we film all these shorts, but be prepared for a ton of shorts to come out from our page, and we're really excited. We are going on spring break, so he will get this episode out, but we won't
As
have
soon as possible.
we won't have long form content for a little bit. So
At least a week and a half.
Yeah,
Probably. But,
but-
there will be a lot. We'll be filming a lot of shorts, and the shorts will be coming out daily. So.
And we will all be caught up on schoolwork, because that's what
So,
this week was.
yeah,
Was the
so-
schoolwork week.
Like, subscribe, comment down below your thoughts on the combine, what your winners, your losers, and let us know any the things that we talked about with the free agency thing and the Steelers. Let us know what your thoughts are and your predictions are down below.